right now, we're only about a year and a half old, so I don't know what our returns are going forward. But our first 6 companies, 4 got financing and then 2 got acquired, so we've had some pretty good returns and had paid off our fund already a couple times over. That's an anomaly though, I know that. But as you're saying, kind of these new firms and stuff, they're going to take over the world. I don't think they're going to take over the world. I think they're just going to, they're going to own a piece of a pie, and there's going to be traditional VCs that do really well that are going to stick around, and there's going to be a lot of VCs that suck that are going to die, and that's just how it's going to work. So some of these new guys and these new firms will then graduate into becoming more stable, older VCs, and then 10 years from now there'll be another crew. It's going to be just kind of this whole life cycle, right? And that's just what's going to happen, right? The people who need to be replaced will be replaced.
I don't think there's anything that new. Genentech was incubated inside Kleiner Perkins in 1972. Same thing with Tandem. Yahoo was a $600,000 investment by Sequoia. So this kind of world has been around before, and it isn't as new, I think, as sometimes the press looking for a story might say. I mean, there's been angels all the way back into the 60s, and there's been VCs that contribute at different levels all the way back to forever.
I think the biggest difference is just cheaper to make a company now. There's less upfront costs. But yeah, the kind of stages of the companies that people invest in. I mean, yeah, like the first funds for Sequoia, Kleiner, like Arthur Rock were really small, right? They just grew over the years, right? So
yeah, there's definitely a lot less friction to start a company, and that's what's really triggering this. Is literally 2 guys and a dog and a Coke machine that can start a company and really get somewhere. If you go back to 1975. That wasn't the case. You needed a lot more infrastructure, to start a company, or even going back to 1995, you needed a lot more infrastructure. So that's really the difference is you can really leverage people around you, especially in Silicon Valley with all the infrastructure that's here. You can really leverage it, and I think that's what all the comments up here on the panel on different levels are, is how can an entrepreneur leverage their situation appropriately for what they're trying to get done.
Okay, one last question, please.